Our next matchup of the day features Westlake Christian out of Grayslake, Illinois at 18-7 on the year out of the Illinois Christian Conference. They'll be in those blue uniforms going right to left as we get things started. And Billings Christian out of Billings, Montana, out of the Mountain Mission Athletic Association, 17-2 on the year. They will be in those gray uniforms going left to right. I will say that I am very familiar with Westlake.
You are.
I am AD at a school in that conference. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, there's a couple of teams from our conference here this week, Kankakee Trinity being another one. So the 6'8" point guard for Billings Christian brings it up. That's Nikola Sasaroga. He almost turned it over. And now Sasaroga on the far side trying to work baseline, goes up and under, can't get that to go. And the rebound finally collected to Westlake, and they'll push it up here. And out into the corner, three ball is off the mark for J.P. Pontarelli. Back the other way, that runner won't go. The rebound in the post is a jump ball, and it will be possession to Westlake. The thing about Westlake, led by Eli Sensenig and Caleb Hatch, and there are any number of players on this team that can shoot the ball from the outside, and points might come in bunches with this group. Hatch trying to track it down out front. That was deflected, so it's not an over and back violation. As Hatch will collect it, now goes left side, and that's turned over, and back the other way comes Drew Orodnik all the way down the lane, and he'll lay it in with the right hand. So a 2-0 lead for Billings.
See the young fellow we saw shooting from the corner.
Outside, Hatch open for three. That's good.
There it is.
Caleb Hatch with a triple. And it is a 3-2 Westlake lead. And that's deflected out of bounds, and it will be
Look at this.
Billings basketball.
Westlake's going to go in a little full-court pressure right off the bat. They're going to challenge the big fella.
So when it comes to Nikola Sasaroga, working up, he almost lost the ball. And then puts it up the left side. Loose ball in the middle of the floor, picked up by Westlake on the run. Eli Sensenig will lay it in with the right hand, and timeout to Billings as Westlake out to a 5-2 lead here early in the first. Back in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. .6:12 to go here, opening quarter. It is a 5-2 lead for Westlake as Billings out on the run. Layup won't go. Rebound to Sensenig off the missed layup from Drew Orodnik, and back the other way. Down the lane. Layup missed by Pontarelli, but put back up and in on the inside by Matthew Lesniewski. And it's a 7-2 lead. Billings trying to push it up into the front court here. Sasaroga comes off on the right side to Elkin, and now Sasaroga will flip it over to the other side. Three ball on the wing. That won't go for Orodnik. Rebound in the post, and back up and in is Nikola Sasaroga.
That's a tough thing to stop inside. He gets that close in.
Back the other way. Layup, no, but we have a whistle and a foul underneath. This will be on Bo Bentz from Billings. That's his first, team first. And free throws coming up here for Westlake. First one is good. By the way, I don't have a 13 in my book, so we're just going to have to go with it here. We are nowhere near anything, by the way. Second free throw is good. That'll make it a 9-4 lead. As in it comes to Sasaroga. Across the timeline, pass ahead, down the lane. Layup no good, but a whistle and a foul underneath. As that will go against Eli Sensenig. That's his first, team first for Westlake.
Well, we were talking about Sasaroga and how tall he is, the point guard. Drew's not exactly a short fella.
No. Free throw good from Drew Arondick. 9-5, the Westlake lead. And that one off the mark. And rebound collected by Westlake. Pontarelli, nice little crossover, kicks it out. 3 ball in the corner. That's way short. And the rebound underneath to Billings. Sasaroga down the lane, missed the two-hand layup / dunk. And the foul looks like it will go on Caleb Hatch. That will be his first and team second. Sasaroga's free throw is good, making it 9-6. And that's around and out. So Westlake back up into the front court here. Kicking out, Hatch out front. Tried to get a step. Back in the wing to Sensenig. Hatch for 3. Good again.
Wow.
Caleb Hatch, the senior, with his second 3 of the day. And make that a 12-6 lead for Westlake. Sasaroga in the front court. Gets a screen. And now looking for somebody to get the ball up to. 3 ball in the wing. That's no good from Tate Elking. And by the way, that was the one who was bombing away from 3-point range earlier. Back the other way. That goes off the leg of Matthew Lesniewski and out of bounds. And it will be Billings basketball. So Sasaroga into the front court. Gives it off to Arodnik. Sasaroga give and go. Beautiful play. And the layup there from Drew Arodnik. That was way too easy, though.
Yeah, that was. That was way too easy.
12-8 Westlake with the advantage. Under 4 minutes to go now in the first quarter. 3 ball out front won't go from Hatch. And back the other way comes Billings.
Now there's Sasaroga's third rebound.
And off a rebound, we have a whistle and a foul. And it looks like that's 25, which is Matthew Lesniewski. His first and team third. The problem for Westlake at the moment is getting back on defense. As the free throw off the mark, you got to remember that when you have a point guard that's big, he's that big, he can see over everybody. So if you're slow getting back, he'll just pass it over the top of everyone. First free throw off the mark. Second one here is good. So Drew now 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 12-9 is the lead for Westlake. Sensenig off on the wing to Pontarelli. Got a step down the lane and laid in by JP.
Well, that was a nice drive down the right side of the free throw line. Stretched out as far as he could get and let the ball go over his fingertips. Used his body to shield him.
14-9. Back on the right wing. 3 ball won't go for Bo Bentz.
Well, that was a nice shot.
Westlake pushing it up again in the corner. Triple from there is off the mark by Anilo Ignaco, which, by the way, he can launch from 3-point range too. And if he gets hot, look out. So Westlake will bring it back up again. Pontarelli back to Ignaco. This is Sensenig for three in the corner. Good. Triple for Eli Sensenig. And now a 17-9 lead for Westlake. Sasaroga ran out of room. Hands it back out front to Bentz. Now Sasaroga, again, really nice post feed. The shot missed there by Arodnik. Goes back up and scores, though. And Drew with another bucket off a nice feed. 17-11, down to a final couple minutes here in the first quarter.
You got Arodnik and Susaraga under there. They just pretty much control the board then.
Wide open in the corner, Lesniewski. That's good. Matthew Lesniewski with a triple. 20-11, Westlake with the lead. Out front, Sasaroga hands it off to Elkin, who will just back it out. Sasaroga again on the wing, fires a three. That's good.
Whoa.
Boy, pretty shot
Where
from
did that come
Nikola
from?
Sasaroga. His first field goal of the game. 20-14.
That's a beautiful shot. Just a nice little set shot.
Lesniewski goes in the post. Back to Lesniewski for three in the corner. Good again. Matthew Lesniewski with his second three.
Well, you said they were shooting three-pointers.
I'm telling you, if you leave them open, they'll shoot them all day, too. 23-14. Off it comes on the wing for Arodnik. Goes in the post. And there's nothing you're going to do with that. If Sasaroga gets there,
he gets there, yeah, he's got it.
I think that's done. 23-16, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. By the way, we cannot see a scoreboard. The scoreboard is facing away from us. We are in the second level of this facility, and we are clear across the gym from the other court.
Oh.
There is a way we can kind of see the back of the scoreboard with the spot where the person who's keeping score, but that's like a 1 in 100 shot. And other than that, we have to keep track of the time and score and everything right here. So sometimes it's not 100% accurate. We like to be as close as we can. Eli Sensenig down the lane, fouled and will head to the free throw line. As he attacked the rim, Nikola Sasaroga picks up his first foul and team second.
Well, I admire him for taking in on Sasaroga.
Senior Eli Sensenig left the first free throw short. And another one coming here. And that's good. So 1 out of 2, 24-16 is the lead for Westlake. Billings bringing it up here. Now Sasaroga will hold it out near the timeline, trying to work for one last shot here. Down to the last 10 seconds or so of the half. Sasaroga goes behind his back out front to Arodnik. Now out on the wing, three ball there is off the mark, and that will do it for the first quarter. At the end of one, Westlake leads at 24-16 over Billings Christian. We'll be back after this timeout. You're watching the NCSAA. Start of quarter number 2. 24-16 is the lead for Westlake here over Billings. As Nicola Sasaroga into the front court here. Westlake going to stay in that 2-3 zone that they showed in that first quarter. Sasaroga, good behind the back, over the head, whatever you want to call it, pass underneath.
Nice over the head, back pass, whatever.
Khan Akal with the bucket, making it 24-18. Out front, Lesniewski. And he threw it away. Back the other way comes Akal.
Nice feed.
Good pass underneath.
Boy.
And the layup there.
The big guy does a lot of, he's not selfish. He does a lot of nice passing.
Cameron Sweet with the bucket, now 24-20. Hatch on the wing. Tried to get a step, backs up off to Lesniewski. Out front to Ignaco. Again, Sensenig trying to work down the lane, kicks it out. Hatch was open and then dropped the ball.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about putting it up and he got nervous and dropped it.
Hatch will shoot that one, and it's off the mark. So back the other way comes Billings. A nice little run for Billings Christian here at the beginning of the second. Rodnick kicks it off right side. Jumper there is good by Khan Akal. So 24-22 Westlake. Ignaco ran out of room. Off to Hatch. Now Sensenig on the wing.
Billings has pulled the defense way out. They're not giving up that outside shot anymore.
Hatch misses the 15-footer. And back the other way comes Billings. Well, and to start the second quarter, everything that Billings has shot has gone in. Yeah, except for that. Jumper on the baseline wouldn't go for Elijah Gregory. 3-ball out front is way off the mark from Cameron Sweet. And now Westlake will bring it up again.
Eli Sensing with his third rebound there.
Hatch on the wing. Back over Lesniewski, got a step. Floats that up, no. Got the rebound back and is fouled in the head of the line. Good work on the inside by Matthew Lesniewski. Foul is on Khan Akal. That's his first and team third for Billings.
Billings coach probably pulling his hair out there and let a guy come inside and get a rebound. A short guy like that and miss all the timber. And go ahead and put it back up and draw that foul. But Lesniewski did just exactly what he needed to do. Lesniewski.
So the free throw here is good for Matthew. 25-22. And now 26-22 as Lesniewski makes a pair.
J.P. Ponderelli checking in for Westlake. A little full court semi-pressure, kind of cautious type of defense.
Sasaroga almost ran out of room and then almost threw it away. And we got a whistle and a jump ball. And it will be Westlake basketball. Eli Sensenig to bring it into the front court here. Eli consistently one of the best, if not the best player in the Illinois Christian Conference this year. 3-ball on the wing. Hatch, that wouldn't go. And we got a whistle and a foul. Well, that will be on Tate Elkin. It's his first and team fourth. And if that's the case, there's 3 free throws here for Caleb Hatch.
Ooh, you don't want to start putting them on free throw line.
By the way, of the teams that are here from the Illinois Christian Conference, Westlake won the conference tournament championship this year as Hatch hits the first, making it 27-22. Kankakee Trinity Academy, who is also at this tournament, won the regular season championship. It's a free throw goes. Again for Hatch. And Westlake came in third in the ACSI Regional after that, and KTA won it. So the conference has been represented very well in the postseason. And so far here today, they lead Billings 29-22. It's back the other way. A call, kicks it out into the corner, and then that's thrown away by Tate Elkin. And back on the run comes Westlake. Pontarelli on the wing. Goes baseline, kicks it across to Hatch. 3-ball, good, and a foul. Caleb Hatch with the bucket. The foul will be on Con Call. That's his second and team fifth.
Now, once Billings can't get anything going right, and Westlake is starting to make a few things drop here.
32-22. Caleb Hatch back to the free throw line and makes that.
Boy, good shooting team.
33-22. Back the other way comes Billings, and we have a whistle and a foul on Pontarelli. So JP will pick up his first, team fourth.
A really great foul. Be committing out there.
Well, we've seen Billings make a little run at the beginning of the second quarter, and they're 100% capable of continuing that here. They just get a couple of shots to fall and get a whistle and a foul on Eli Sensenig. That will be Eli's second and team fifth. Underneath, that layup goes from Nicola Sasaroga.
When he gets that quick pass underneath it, there's not a thing you can do with that. The big old guy.
Last half of this second quarter, layup missed, and it was a good look, but we have a whistle and I'm not sure what that whistle was for.
Is it somebody got?
I have no idea. I was trying to figure that out, but you got me. And it comes in the backcourt for Drew Arodnik. Dumps it ahead to Sasaroga. Sasaroga working out front, backs it around, and throws it away.
Oh, he threw the wrong team. Completely the wrong team.
And another turnover, and another turnover. So about 3 turnovers in the span of 10 seconds or so.
And the coaches are saying, what is going on here? All right, here comes Westlake back across the timeline.
Hatch way out front. Goes off to Sensenig, trying to get a step down the lane and missed the layup. Back the other way comes Billings.
Nice fake with his like he's going to pass, and then broke around his defensive guy and then laid it up with the glass a little too hard.
Elkin on the wing, down the lane. That was a nice take, but couldn't finish it with the left hand. Back to the way comes Westlake on the run, and that layup is good. Now a 35-24 Westlake lead. By all accounts, we're under 3 minutes, if I have this right. Again, we can't see the score, but I have to just guess. There's a little tip, almost tip dunk by Sasaroga off the missed layup.
Well, I'd say that's what I'd call it. He reached up and grabbed it, come back off there, and slammed it back down.
35-26. Hatch got a step and then lost it. Billings come away with it, and up the far side of the floor they come. Arodnik down the lane, and he floats one off the glass and scores. Well, that's kind of basic basketball there. Stop the ball in the break. And instead, Drew gets right to the rim, and now 35-28. And we have a whistle and a foul, and that's the second on Nicola Sasaroga.
And you don't want him picking up silly fouls like that way away from the bucket where there's.
Well, it's the same. Both of those players, Eli Sensitive and Nicola Sasaroga, both of these teams need them in the game to ultimately win here. So they need to stay out of foul trouble if at all possible. Both players have 2, at least as far as we know. Again, we are not down at the scores table, nor are we anywhere near it. So our numbers aren't exactly 100%, but we have a fairly good idea.
Sosoroga is no longer being guarded by what's his name? Sensing. They changed
Got a jump ball. Will be Billings basketball here. Down to the last couple minutes of this first half. And Billings really needs a strong close to the half.
Yeah, they do.
To keep this game where they need it to be, to stay within reach, they need a strong close. And there's a turnover. Sensenig off the steal down the lane, and he'll lay it in with the right hand plus the foul. So Eli finishes there.
Again, not a smart foul. Got frustrated by the pass he made. And then he took that tomahawk chop and swung at it. I don't think he hit him, but you're going to get the foul a lot of times when you do that.
So to the free throw line goes Eli Sensenig, and that's good. 38-28 is the lead for Westlake. And Billings trying to get it over the half-court line, and they finally do. Ahead it comes. That's a nice play along the baseline. Yeah. Laid in by Elijah Gregory, used the glass.
Kind of slowed down a little bit and had the defensive player go up. When he's coming down, he went right up over him.
38-30, Sensenig a little give and go. J.P. Pontarelli missed the layup, and Billings will bring it back up again. Michael Ferralio back in the middle of the floor. On the wing, underneath it goes, and an easy layup for Nicola Sosoroga. 38-32.
Back to 6 points now.
Pontarelli in the front court. Kicks it off into the corner. 3 ball. That won't go from Lesniewski. Well, and this is what Billings needed. Make a strong run and close this thing towards the end of the half. And Sosoroga that time got a little bit too fancy, turned the ball over, and then not only that, he also picked up a foul toward the end of the half, and Nicola Sosoroga now has 3. And we have a player down for Westlake. I believe that's Zaldi Ignacco, who has played a lot for Westlake this year.
I don't think it's anything too serious. Well, he's not putting his weight on that leg, though. He might have turned that ankle.
Well, it's one of those weird, it's almost like those offensive and defensive line plays where there's somebody, you're blocking someone, and someone just falls on the back of your legs.
Yeah.
That's really kind of what happened there is Sosoroga just kind of tumbled over and fell into Ignacco, and hopefully that's nothing serious. And again, in games like this, you want to see the best players on the court too. So, you know, with Sosoroga having to go to the bench with 3 fouls, you'd like to see the best players from the teams, you know, down the stretch playing each other.
That's what you really do want to see that. You don't want to,
especially at a national tournament. But to the free throw line goes Caleb Hatch, and he'll roll in the free throw.
That's the biggest problem that Billings is going to have the second half. They've got settled with the count with the 3-point shooting of Westlake, and then they've got the big guy with three fouls.
40-32 is the lead for Billings here. Inbounds pass comes into Ferralio. Sensenig almost got the steal. Pressuring the ball here. Up it comes to Ferralio. Down the right side. Kicks it off into the corner. 3 ball there is good. And that is a shot that if you leave Tate Elkin open, he's going to hit that shot 90% of the time.
Well, he has a beautiful, beautiful shot.
And then we got a whistle and a foul on the other end of the floor. I believe if that's on Kana call, he has 3 as well.
Here we're our court's again behind the other court with free throw shooting mostly.
Free throw rattles around and off. As Bo Bentz checks in for Tate Elkin. That foul, I'm not 100% sure who they called it on, though. Second one rattles in and out. Back up with it comes Billings as we get near the end of the half. Pass underneath got deflected. Now loose, and it will be Westlake basketball. Oh, wait, I guess they're going to call a foul on that. Well, no one anticipated that call, including Billings.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
I guess that was on Nilo Ignaco, I think. Inbounds pass picked off by Hatch. Ahead to Sensenig. Down the lane. He's fouled, but if we're going to foul, that's the way to do it. Michael Ferralio with a hard foul, but nothing cheap or dirty, just a hard foul to keep him from making the layup, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, he did it right.
In fact, if you're coaching that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Free throw rattles around, and that's why. Free throw rattles around and off for Sensenig. You don't give up free 2 points. Make him go to the line and earn it. Sensenig 1 out of 2, 41-35. Down to the last couple of seconds of the half. That shot off the mark, and that will do it for our first half. 41-35 is the lead for Westlake over Billings Christian. First half scoring totals. First off for Billings, 1 3-point field goal for Tate Elkin, 10 points for Drew Arodnik. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 2 points for Cameron Sweet. 2 points for Elijah Gregory. 4 for Kana Call. 12 points for Nicola Sasaroga, including a 3 and 1 of 2 from the line. Billings 2 of 8 from 3-point range. For Westlake, J.P. Pontarelli with 2 points. 10 for Matthew Lesniewski, including 2 3-point field goals. He was 2 of 2 from the line. 10 points for Eli Sensenig, including a 3. He was 3 of 5 from the free throw line. 4 points for 13. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 15 points for Caleb Hatch, including 3 3-point field goals. He was 6 of 6 from the line. Westlake, 6 of 12 from 3-point range. That's up to you for our first half rebounds.
Rebounding, first of all, for Billings. We had Nicola Sasaruga with 6 rebounds. Drew Ordnick with 5. Bo Bentz with 1. Elijah Gregory with 2. And Keenan Akai with 2 for a total of 16. For Westlake, Scotty Snetzinger had 1. And Eli Sensing had 3. Matthew Lesniewski had 5. Caleb Hatch had 2 for a total of 11. So Billings come out on top in the rebounding, 16-11, but the halftime score is 41-35 in favor of Westlake.
And we'll take ourselves a break. About an 8-minute break. We'll come back with the second half in just a little bit. You're watching the NCSAA. Start of our second half, 41-35 is the lead for Westlake, and immediately a foul called on Caleb Hatch. That will be his second, team first this half. Free throw off the mark for Drew Arodnik. He'll have another one coming. And that one good, so 1 out of 2. 41-36. Westlake back the other way. Sensenig on the wing of Pontarelli. And he'll come back on the near side to Wisniewski. Wisniewski off to Henry Smith. We do appreciate the person who came over during the halftime to tell us who 13 is, because like we said, we're not down on the floor, so it's difficult to go ask somebody in the limited amount of time we have, but we do appreciate that. 3 ball in the corner, that won't go, and the rebound underneath to Westlake, and then almost turned over, and now is.
Boy, I tell you, the big guy's taking chances.
I'm telling you he is, because that was borderline fourth right there.
Hey, that could have come right there.
So a call out front goes in the post to Sasaroga, working on Sensenig. And that is, yeah, he's lucky there too, because they called him for a travel. That could have very easily been a charge on top of it.
I thought he had it right there too. That's twice he could have called for that last foul. He better back off.
That's the right call. It's a travel before anything else. As Westlake will bring it up. Pontarelli off to Hatch. Trying to get a step. Dumps it in the post to Sensenig. Back to Hatch on the wing.
I'm Westlake. I go right in there and shoot right over the big guy.
Kick it out to Smith, and then he throws it away. Back the other way comes Billings. Nowhere to go with it. Good hustle by Smith on the far side. He ends up running out of bounds before he could save it. But Billings will play it in. By the way, Billings has some very Montana colors. If you ever looked at the University of Montana and
is that right?
Some of those other schools out there, Montana State and stuff like that. In the post, nice little give and go, and the layup for Drew Arodnik off a nice pass from Sasaroga.
What color is that supposed to be?
Maroon and gray, basically.
Gray? I thought that's why I call it gray. It's kind of a strange gray.
Out along the baseline, the layup good by Eli Sensenig on the other end of the floor. 43-38.
Yeah, it's almost a greenish gray, but it is gray. It's kind of a strange color.
Rodnick on the baseline, back out 3 ball. That's no good from Tate Elkin. And this heads out of bounds, and it will be Westlake basketball. I'll tell you something else. Eli Sensenig he's working hard in the post. Eli is probably 6'4" or so, having to guard the 6'8" Nicola Sasaroga. That's a tall order. He's done a pretty good job. That's knocked out of bounds, and Westlake will get it back.
Good anticipation by Sasaroga.
And there's another turnover for Westlake. Back the other way comes Billings. Good pass ahead. And the layup goes in and out. And then picked up along the baseline. And we got a whistle and I believe a foul. And that will be on Matthew Wisniewski. That's his second and team second. So Billings will put it in play from the near side baseline. Arodnik in the post to Sasaroga, trying to work there, and that's, again, there's not a whole lot you're going to do to stop that.
No, once he gets in there, it's like Sensing did there. You just might as well count as 2 points on the board, not lose the foul.
43-40, and the turnover gives it back.
Now it comes toward the end of the game. You got a couple fouls to give, then you can start shoving back and pushing and hitting the arm and give him a hard time.
Well, that's the smart defense. I mean, he gets it there. There's no point in wasting a foul.
That's right. You're just going to waste your foul.
There you go, and that's the only way you could defend that for Sensenig. But the unfortunate part was he did a nice job defending and then turned it over as picked up by Sasaroga, who lays it in, and Billings is right back in this thing at 43-42, and then picked off back the other way. Billings on the run, a chance to take the lead, and tipped up and in by Sasaroga, and it's 44-43. The lead for Billings, and what a run that they have made to start the second half. And timeout to Westlake. Take a break. Come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Well, Billings has come out here in the third quarter ready to roll, and they lead it now 44-43. And we'll see if Westlake has an answer. Sensitive into the front court. Billings will stay man-to-man defense here.
Yeah, they're coming all the way out on their defense, too. They're not allowing those three-point shots to be attempted. They were getting burned by them bad there earlier in the game.
And we have another turnover, and back it goes to Billings here. So into the lineup for Westlake comes Nilo Ignaco.
There he is, your shooter.
Replace Henry Smith.
Put another shooter in there.
I'm telling you, if you leave him open, he's sneaky. He'll knock down a couple. Pass goes far side, back in the post now. It was knocked away by Sensenig at first, then knocked out of bounds, and it will be Westlake basketball as we go down the stretch here in the third quarter. 44-43 Billings.
Billings needs to make 2 or 3 passes quickly to get it in the big man, not just one. One's too easy to defend against. They're double teaming down there. This is what they need to do.
Out top, Hatch for 3. That is way out there, and that's no good. So back the other way comes Billings. Sasaroga fires it underneath. The turnaround jumper won't go for Tate Elkin. And back up with it comes Westlake. Lesniewski off to Hatch. Far side to Sensenig. He lost his footing, managed to save the ball into the corner. 3 ball won't go for Pontarelli. And this is like we said, all of a sudden Westlake can't hit anything, but it comes in spurts.
Right.
So there'll be another run before this game is over as that's deflected out of bounds. That's kind of how Westlake has worked this year. Hot streak, cold streak, hot streak, cold streak.
Yeah. When you're a 3-point shooting team a lot of times, that's the way it goes too. You'll go through stretches.
So there's the double down. That's what we were talking about during the break.
There you go.
The fact that you're going to have to double on Sasaroga, even if it's with Pontarelli, who is half the size of Nicola. His quickness will force Nicola to have to go a different direction. Out to Lesniewski, up front to Ignaco. Now Pontarelli had it taken right out of his hands by Tate Elkin. Elkin into the front court, leaves it ahead, and the layup for Elijah Gregory. I don't know when the last time Westlake scored was, but it's been a while.
I think it was last quarter, wasn't it?
Was it 43 at the half?
I think they had 43 at the half, yeah.
3 ball out front wouldn't go from Hatch. They get it back out to
There
him
he is.
again, and that one's
No.
around and out.
He had an open shot finally.
Well, all of a sudden, Westlake can't buy a bucket of any sort at
No.
all.
Nope, they can't get anything to fall.
And it's 46-43. Billings slowing it down here. Now Sasaroga out front. You know, we were talking too about why Westlake is remaining in man-to-man defense. Last couple trips down the floor, it's worked out okay. Out front, 3 ball, nope. And the rebound tracked down by Lesniewski. Well, needless to say, Westlake needs a bucket. Billings has done a great job of getting back in this game and getting the lead. But Westlake hasn't hit a shot in a long time. Out front, Sensenig with it, and he throws it away, but it was tipped by Billings, or at least that's what it said on the far side, that it was deflected out of bounds.
You know, if I could get that big guy inside, I'd be willing to take somebody right straight to bucket at him 3, 4, or 5 times in a row and get another foul on him.
Well, the fact that he has 3 you should be posting Eli on him. Really,
yeah, that's
honestly.
what I do. That's exactly what I do right now. There you go.
And out top, 3 ball there from Scotty Snetzinger is off the mark. Back the other way comes Billings, and an easy bucket for Drew Arodnik. 48-43. Lesniewski on the wing. And again, we're getting down toward the end of the third quarter, and Westlake has not put anything up.
They've only got 1 decent shot.
And baseline, that goes off of Billings and out of bounds, so it will be Westlake basketball. Billings has done a great job defensively of coming way out. That's one of the easy looks that Westlake has gotten, and Eli Sensenig left that way short. The other way, we got whistle and a foul on Eli Sensenig way out front, and again,
that's not what you want.
Picking up fouls in good spots, and that's not it. That's his 3rd and team 3rd. As Ignacco will come back out. Henry Smith in. As Sasaroga out front, and now you're in trouble because what Westlake isn't doing, Billings is, and that's going right after the person with foul trouble, and that's Sensenig. As Eli will bring it up, and that will do it for the end of the third quarter. Well, what an unbelievable third quarter for Billings, and exactly the opposite for Westlake. 48-43, Billings leads it. We'll come back with your fourth quarter in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So here we go, fourth quarter, what's been a very good matchup, a good pass, and an easy layup on the inside from Drew Arodnik. And the run of points continues for Billings. 50-43, they lead it.
Just like they've said, the big guys inside, so we won't go inside.
I want to say, was it 41-35 at halftime? Was it 43?
43-35, I think.
I thought it was 41.
No, 43-36.
Inside, layup good and the foul. So Eli Sensenig with the bucket. Boy, and is that something they really needed.
Yeah, and that's where they need to go, too, right inside.
Was that on Sasaroga or was that on 40? Nope, that was on Sasaroga. That's his fourth.
That's what you need. That changed the whole game.
And team first.
Yeah, you can see over there now, he's got a change of attitude. He's a little nervous now. He should be.
And Sensenig's free throw rattles in. And let's see what Billings does here with Sasaroga with 4 fouls. Sensenig trying to pick up full court pressure. See if Billings can continue to score. I mean, this second half has been completely different from them on the offensive end. They've done a fantastic job. This knocked out of bounds by Sensenig. And Billings will get it back here with most of this fourth quarter to go. Again, we can't see the scoreboard, so exact time and all that is a guess a little bit here. I mean, I do have a clock, but it's just a matter of how exact that is. And then when you forget to turn it on or turn it off,
yeah.
That's a problem. Pontarelli doing a great job defensively out front. And Sasaroga can't get that to go on the rebound to Westlake. Here they come out on the
defense.
run. Hatch on the wing. Swings it back up front to Smith. Back to Hatch.
Oh, that was Smith with that rebound. His first one of the day.
Pontarelli holds out front, now attacks. Smith for 3 in the corner. Nope.
Oh.
The rebound to Lesniewski. Kicks it out. Hatch for 3. That won't go. My goodness, the long ball is not a-working. And there's a foul in the front court on J.P. Pontarelli. That's his second and team fourth. All the shots that Westlake hit in the first half.
They can't buy one now.
They started, I think it was 6 for 10 from three-point range. They are now 6 for 20, which means if that's accurate, they've missed 10 three-pointers in a row.
And they're a good three-point shooting team usually. So that's the problem with being a three-point shooting team.
That is the problem.
You go cold. Oh my.
On the baseline, Sasaroga with it, gives it back in the corner. 3 ball, that rattles around and out. I mean, that was all the way down and came back out. Speaking of not hitting threes, Billings is 2 of 12. Lesniewski, baseline, Sensenig for 3. That's good. Eli Sensenig finally rolls in a triple for Westlake. Boy, has that been a while. 50-49. The lead now for Billings.
So then with all the time didn't score, but they kept them from scoring very many as well. So the teams are both right down the wire, 50-49.
And 3 ball on the wing.
Oh, there's the big guy.
And that's the problem when you play man-to-man, because Tate Elkin went off the screen, and you can't get around that. And if Sensenig doesn't step up, Elkin's going to bury that shot 50 or 60% of the time. That shot missed. Rebound put back up and in underneath by Eli Sensenig. 53-51 Billings. And again, Eli Sensenig picking up a foul 75 feet from the hoop, and that's his 4th.
Man, I thought he played smarter than that.
His 4th foul. And team 5th, we'll have a timeout. So we will take one as well. We'll be back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. back to it here as Westlake falls back to a 2-3 zone because of the foul trouble on Sensitive. 3 ball on the wing. That won't go for Elkin. And now Westlake will bring it back up. Pass underneath. Lesniewski off the glass and scores.
Oh, they didn't get back.
Game tied at 53 as we go down the stretch here in the fourth. Elkin out front to Sasaroga, who has played a fantastic game, by the way. A big guy who can pass the ball like him is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, he can really take out weaknesses out of you, boy.
Underneath, Sasaroga lost it. J.P. Pontarelli ends up with the steal.
That was a bad pass. It took right in the middle of 2 guys, right 4 or 5 feet away, and about blasted him.
Sensenig trying to work down the lane, kicks it out. Hatch thought about it. Now will fire from 10 feet. That rattles around and out. So the board to Sasaroga. He'll hand it off to a call. And Billings the opportunity to take the lead. And there's a turnover. Smith out on the run. All the way down the lane and lays it in. Wow, what a take to the hoop by Henry Smith. 55-53, the lead here for Westlake.
His friends and relatives would be glad he got his name on there.
Down the lane, runner there is no good, but we got a whistle and a foul.
I think it's going to be on Smith, our good friend.
Yeah,
Smith,
well.
Better than the other guy. You know who the other guy was?
Yeah, you don't want Cincinnati if you're Westlake anyway. If you're Billings, you're perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
But free throw good. And Drew Rodnick will have one more coming. 55-54 is the lead here for Westlake.
Short.
And that one off the mark.
Sensenig with the rebound. His 6th of the day.
Caleb Hatch up into the front court here. A 1-point lead for Westlake as we go down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. And a timeout to Westlake. It is a full timeout. So we will take one as well. Back with more here in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So inbounds pass comes to J.P. Pontarelli, who will work it up into the front court here. Out front to Hatch. Pass in the post. Sensenig lays it in.
Nice pass. Right over the defensive player that's trying to front Sensenig and let Sensenig get behind him. A bad mistake.
57-54. Again, we cannot see a scoreboard, so I apologize for not knowing exactly how much time is left. I am thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 minutes or so, but usually we can get a look at it, but without me running literally to the other side of the gym, there's not much way to do that, although I might. If there's another full timeout, I might just do that.
That was Harry Smith with the rebound again. Henry Smith, excuse me.
Pass over the top into Sensenig, and just a little bit too tall for Eli.
That was exactly what they needed to do, too. He was again behind him. He just misplaced the pass a little bit.
So Billings will bring it up, trailing 57-54, as Westlake didn't really do anything offensively in the third quarter and is still winning this game.
They didn't score a point, not a single point in the third quarter.
2-3 zone for Westlake here. Down the lane, good take to the inside by Nicola Sasaroga, who lays it up and in, and 57-56. And really, quite frankly, that's all Billings needs to do.
Right.
Put the ball in the post to Nicola, and there's nobody that Westlake has that can stop him. Hatch on the wing. Pontarelli and the Lesniewski back over to Hatch again. As Westlake taking their time.
He finally has posted Sensory down close. Cincinnati.
Smith down the lane, and we have a whistle and a foul. And if that's on Sasaroga, he's done. And that would be a big foul. Nope, it's not. And Sasaroga was leaving because he was convinced it was on him.
He sure was. He was walking off the court.
And he knew it was. Elijah Gregory picks up his first and team's second. He's like, whoo, boy, I caught a break. And again, I want to see everybody out there. Personally, from a fan standpoint, I want to see everybody playing to the end.
Yeah,
But as a coach or as a fan of a certain team, it might be a little bit different.
Number 11.
So Drew Rodnick picks up his second and team third. So in it comes along the baseline. Lesniewski had it knocked out of his hands. And it will be Westlake basketball. From what I have, there's roughly a minute left, but I could be off by a little ways here. Again, we cannot see the scoreboard. We have to kind of go with what we've got, and every now and then I forget to start or stop something, and then it's all.
And Westlake doesn't need to be in any hurry.
And we got a timeout, a full timeout. I'm going to run over there and find out myself. I'll be right back. So 1 minute and a 57-56 lead.
And they run about 8 more seconds off.
Tate Elkin with his second and team fourth. So we have about 52 seconds. I literally ran to the other side of the gym to make sure here. And it comes into the backcourt. Down under 50 seconds to go. Sasaroga out front. If you're Lesniewski, just hang on to the ball.
Yes.
Because if he commits a foul, it's big trouble time. Under 40 seconds. Sensenig out front, almost lost it. Now back far side to Smith. Down to 30 seconds. Smith lost control of the ball. It's loose on the floor, and we have a whistle and a foul.
Oh, man, Mr. Henry Smith. And lost the ball. He just lost it. He didn't get stolen from him. He just lost it. Looked like he just lost handle on it.
His second, team 7th. Elijah Gregory to the line. 57-56, Westlake leads. These are big free throws here, and that's off the mark. Gregory misses the free throw, and then we've got a whistle and a timeout. A 30-second timeout.
That was a rebound by Cincinnati. This one they needed the big guy to come through.
Roughly 26 seconds left. 57-56. Westlake will have the ball after this. You're watching the NCSAA. .26 seconds remaining. 57-56 is the lead for Westlake. They're going to have to inbound against full court pressure from Billings here. And it comes to Cincinnati, who will bring it up, lost it in the backcourt. And then Eli's going to get called for his 5th foul as he grabs Elijah Gregory in the backcourt.
He lost the ball. I don't know why he's bringing the ball up. He lost the ball and the defensive player went to get in front of him, get it. And so he pulled him back from the shirt, trying to keep him from it. And of course, if that's true, that's it. He's out of the game with about 23 seconds or so to go. And the biggest 23 seconds you've ever seen.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more in a moment. Elijah Gregory to the free throw line here. One in the bonus, and he hits the first. 57-57, roughly 22 seconds or so left. And he hits a pair, and a timeout to Billings Christian. 58-57, they lead it with about 22 seconds remaining. It is a 30-second timeout, and the biggest threat for Westlake is on the bench, and that's Eli Senseneg, who has fouled out, and it's trouble territory here for Westlake because really, honestly, you're going to have to find a way to get Caleb Hatch a shot, and that's kind of what it comes down to, but you got to get the ball up the floor.
That's the first thing. And if you're Billings, you don't want to foul.
Well, let's see how this whole thing plays out.
Boy, who do you go to if you're on Westlake?
Well, you got to go either. I mean, you got to go to Caleb Hatch. That's where it needs to end up. So roughly 22 seconds left. And there's a foul in the backcourt, and why, I have no idea. And it was almost like immediate.
That's not oh, well, they must have had a foul to give.
I thought they had 6. They must have had 5.
So they got that bailed them out.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's not a bad foul if they had a foul to give.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had a foul to give either.
And we have a timeout here to Westlake.
Well, Westlake's taking like 4 or 5 timeouts here.
And they're going to have to come up with something.
Got to manufacture a point somewhere along in here.
I mean, this has been, you want to talk about a fun game. This has been a fun one. I mean, on Westlake's side of things, you look at it and go, man, if we could have just made a shot in the third quarter.
Yeah, one shot.
This game is over, but they didn't. And on the Billings side of things, you played pretty good defense, and you hit enough shots to get yourself back in the game in the third quarter and try to be there at the end. And Westlake still, at the end of the fourth quarter, had the opportunity to close it out
All they had to do
and give it away. So it's like both teams have had an equal number of opportunities here. And really, honestly, it just comes down to, can Westlake make a play here in the last 15 seconds or so to win the game? So here we go. And it comes in the backcourt. Pontarelli with it. Will bring it up. Off on the wing, Lesniewski. And we got a whistle and a charge. Boy, is that a big call. I mean, I don't know.
That was pretty bad. Oh, no.
And yeah, it just looked like somebody fell over, but I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do with that.
Nope, that's the way it goes.
You got to stay under control, and now you really need a steal if you're Westlake. And we got a whistle and a foul in the backcourt.
Oh, I can't believe an official make a call like that to decide a game. Wow. Poor guy.
Yeah, that's, well, in any case, I mean, even with all of that, both teams have had plenty of opportunities.
Well,
I mean, there's been all kinds of opportunities.
And they're just like us. They get in the game, too, and excitement going on and all the rest of it. Because I'm sure, normally speaking, they probably wouldn't have.
So 1 out of 2 free throws there.
Do they have a timeout left?
Apparently they do.
Wow.
A 30-second timeout. And they'll have to go three-quarter court here momentarily. 59-57. We're back here in just a moment. All right, well, it all comes down to this for Westlake.
Been a fun game.
They've got to go the full length of the floor. And again, we don't have a view of the scoreboard. And I had to run all the way around the last time. I want to say there can't be more than about 3 or 4 seconds remaining here. As in it comes, and that's just, I don't know. That's a whistle and a foul off the missed pass, and free throws coming up here for Billings. That will be on Matthew Lesniewski. That's his third. And Billings Christian played the second half that they needed to play, for sure. And they've done enough things right. They've played really good defense. As that free throw made by Khan Akal. And there'll be one more coming here.
No.
So 60-57, and that'll do it. 61-57 off a couple of made free throws. And it comes to half court, and that shot will not go, and that will do it. And Billings Christian wins it 61-57 as they managed to do just enough down the stretch to get the win over Westlake. And, you know, Westlake had plenty of opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
And they just could not cash in the last few times down the floor. And all that being said, Billings Christian wins. And they will move on. And what turned out to be just
really
about the best game of the day. Yeah, it was a really good game.
I enjoyed it.
One more game on your way tonight. We'll go through your final totals here, and then we will wrap things up and get you set for the last game of the night, which will be a girls' contest. For Westlake, 6 points for Henry Smith. Is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. J.P. Pontarelli finished with 2 points. 12 for Matthew Lesniewski, including 2 3-point field goals. 21 points for Eli Sensenig, including 2 3-point field goals. He was 4 of 6 in the free throw line. Caleb Hatch, 15 points, including 3 3-point field goals and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Westlake was 7 of 21 from 3-point range. For Billings, Tate Elkin was 6 points on 2 3-point field goals, 2 for Cameron Sweet, 6 for Elijah Gregory. He was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Kana Call was 6 points, including 2 of 2 from the line. 19 points for Drew Arodnik. He was 5 of 10 from the free throw line. 20 points for Nicola Sasaroga, including 1 3 and 1 of 2 from the line. Billings Christian, 3 of 14 from 3-point range. Pass it off to you for our final rebounds.
All right, first of all, for Westlake, we had Nilo Ignaco with the 1. J.P. Pontarelli had 1. Let's see, Scott Snetziger had 1. Eli Sensing had 7. Matthew Lesniewski had 7. And Caleb Hatch had 3 for a total of 22. Oh, let's add Henry Smith on there too. Henry Smith had 2 for a total of 22. For Billings, Nicola Sasaroga had 11 rebounds. Drew Ordnick had 6. Bo Bentz had 2. Elijah Gregory had 3. Keon Kai had 3 for a total of 25. So the edge went rebounding to Billings as well, 25-22. Very entertaining game.
It was. Very good game, too. 61-57, the final. Billings Christian wins it. They did enough down the stretch to kind of swing that thing back over in their favor. And Westlake just couldn't quite put the pieces together in the end to pull out a victory. And, yeah, that's a good, solid basketball game.
That was a lot of fun.
And at that level of basketball, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that was, everybody here enjoyed it. It was a game well played.
So we will take a break. We'll come back with the last game of the night. One more girls matchup to come your way here in just a few minutes. You're watching the NCSA